Hi, it's me, Heather, again. It's Tuesday, so it's Oil Tuesday, and it's Foundations Week, so I'm going to go real quickly through a little introduction to essential oils, and you might wonder why I'm talking about essential oils and why I dedicate a whole week or a whole day in our 8 weeks to essential oils, and that's because I started using essential oils really a lot about a year and a half ago. As I've told you before, I'm a massage therapist. I dabbled in them a couple years ago and kind of got away from them. I wasn't really sure what to do with them other than a couple things with lavender and peppermint. And a good friend of mine had just reached out to me about a year and a half ago and asked if I was using them in my massage business. And I actually had been giving some thought to using the oils again. And so we discussed some things, and I ended up signing up with a company known as doTERRA. So that is one of the essential oil companies out there. Of course, I'm going to say, because I use them, that they're the best. I really like the company. I've done a lot of research on them, and they're really good at making sure that their oils are pure. The way they harvest their plants is great. They do some things all around the world. They go to the place where their plants are native, and they find those plants and harvest them there. So I won't get into too much detail with that, but I use the oils a lot with my massage business. And again, I had mentioned earlier that I have had some hormonal issues, some anxiety issues. I went to see a holistic doctor about 7 years ago because he had come to a place where I was working and mentioned how he could help with things like anxiety in a natural way. And my interest was perked immediately because I had had anxiety issues. I'd had panic attacks. I'd had just different things. Hot flashes, just all kinds of weird things going on, and I'd never really mentioned it to anybody because I didn't want to get a prescription drug for that. So I saw a holistic doctor. He did a lot of different things, helped me tremendously. I love him dearly, and one of the things he found out was I wasn't sleeping well. So he gave me some stuff, and I still use some supplements that are natural, some herbs that that help me sleep. Some amino acids I was lacking, and then he also found out that my hormones were crazy. I think they've probably been like that from the get-go, and he gave me some stuff to help with that. I've also learned diet helps with that, and there are some essential oils that have been a big game changer for me with the hormones as well as the sleep, and there's been some really good things with the oils with the anxiety. And I still do use herbs and amino acids and some other things, and diet affects that, and we'll talk more about that another day. But that's kind of why I got into the essential oils. And I'm currently in the room here, and I decided I better get this class done because it's Tuesday and that's when I'm supposed to do it. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a child behind me sleeping. So I am diffusing some of my favorite oils right now. Serenity and Wild Orange. It smells amazing in here, and I thought if I sat in here for too long, I would be that guy. So I decided I better get this class out of the way before I fall asleep because they are very calming. These two blends actually do help a lot with sleep. So that being said, I want to get on with the foundations class for this week, week 1, on Oil Tuesday. So let me pull up my PowerPoint here. So as you can see, this is going to be the introduction to essential oils. Essential oils are the strongest form of natural health care. Pure essential oils are very powerful. They are 50 to 70 times more concentrated than herbs. In fact, in just one little drop of peppermint, that is equivalent, you'll get the same results as drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So, as I'd mentioned, herbs are good, but these oils are so much more potent, and you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. So that's been another great thing I've been excited to find. What is an essential oil? An essential oil is, let's go back here. Essential oil basically is going to be kind of like the immune system of the plant. They're going to get that oil from the plant. Depending on what plant you're talking, they're going to get it from maybe the stem of the plant, the root, the bark, the leaves, sometimes the rind of citrus fruits. And that oil from that plant has a benefit to the plant. It protects the plant from different pests in the sun, and it's its immune system essentially. And they have therapeutic benefits to us as humans when we use them. doTERRA, as I said, is the company that I use, and Aside from their high standards of testing, each oil is sourced from the environment where that particular plant grows at optimal quality. So I was mentioning they go all around the world and figure out where that plant is native, and they will grow the plant there, and it's great. They actually work with local farmers there, and a lot of these places are third world countries, and they teach them the proper way to harvest the plants. They sometimes make their own distilleries there, and the whole process is done there, and it's great because for that community it provides a way for that farmer to make a living and feed his family, and it's a great way to just help these different countries out in general. And their oils never come from GMOs or hybrid species. doTERRA really does only settle for the best of the best, and they will throw out batches of oils if they are not used properly, or if they're not harvested at the right time, if they've got anything in that they find to be impure, and they have these oils tested by third parties. There are 3 ways to use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. And I'm going to, we'll just stay here. So aromatically, you can diffuse them, as I'd mentioned earlier. I want to show you the diffuser. So let me escape out of this little thing. Let me go here. Hello. Okay, here I am again. I want to, there we go. Now you can see my face. So I want to just show you here in the room. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little thing right there. That is a diffuser. There's many different kinds of diffusers. What you do with the diffuser, that's one way to use the oil aromatically, is you put some water in the diffuser, you drop a few drops of the oil in there, and then the diffuser diffuses those particles in the air with the water. I love it. It makes the house smell great. I use them instead of candles now, because you don't have the soot from the candles and you get therapeutic benefits. So you can use oils aromatically. That's a great way to use them for respiratory problems. It's actually a great way to affect your mood. The amygdala part of your brain controls your emotions, and it's right behind your olfactory system. So when you sniff something, you're going to affect your emotions quickly. So great for stress, anxiety, depression, that type of thing. You want to use them aromatically. You want to smell them. Also, topically, you can put these oils on you. A lot of times we'll tell you to dilute it with a carrier oil, like a coconut or grapeseed oil, almond oil, something like that. You can even use olive oil. It's not the best, but I personally like coconut or grapeseed oil. You could put them on your head if you got a headache. On your feet's a great spot because they're thick skin on your feet, and if it might irritate you, it's going to not irritate so much on the feet. It's also, if you don't like the smell, I love the smell of a lot of these oils, but some of them don't smell too good. They've got great therapeutic benefit, but they don't smell good. So they're on your feet. They're going to be further away from your nose, so that's going to be good. And just a little side note there too, when you put an oil on your body, it's going to be in your bloodstream in 30 seconds, and in 30 minutes it's going to be all throughout your body. So sometimes people will have said they put an oil on their feet and in 30 minutes they taste it in their mouth. So it's crazy. But you can put them on topically. And also, since I'm talking about doTERRA, you can use these oils internally. Now, I want to make sure you know I'm talking about doTERRA, the company I use, because if you go to the health food store, Kroger's, Walmart, wherever, and you just buy your oils off the shelf, do not use them internally. It's going to say, do not consume internally. I trust doTERRA. They've done a lot of research on this. They've got doctors that research this internal use of the oils. You can put them in your water. You can put them in a veggie cap. It's a great, way to deal with those type of things. I will use that. There's a flu balm I use for my family of the flu, combining a few different oils and take them internally. So there is that. That's the 3 ways you can use the oils. And let's go here. Let's move back up here. Okay, I'm going to share the screen so you don't have to see everything on my screen here. Okay, let's share. There we go. I can give you the big slideshow. Okay, so we want to use the oils those ways. This gets a little bit more into the details aromatically. Like I said, a diffuser is a great way to do that. Good diffuser doesn't use heat, so the oils aren't altered, and it will suspend the oils in the air for several hours after it stops running. So that's great. the company I use, doTERRA, has diffusers. You can also get them on Amazon. I've got a few on Amazon. There's a bunch of different places. You can buy them at a lot of retail stores now. And it's just a really good way, as I said, to affect your mood and deal with some breathing issues. Topically, you can put them on you. I mentioned all that stuff about it being in your bloodstream in 30 minutes and in 30 seconds, and in 30 minutes it's going to be all throughout the body. And internally, we talked about that already. It's unique to doTERRA because of its purity and the many tests doTERRA performs to ensure the oils are free from pesticides, herbicides, and all foreign contaminants. So even if an oil says it's pure, you take that oil and have it tested. If it's not like a doTERRA oil, there's one other company that's pretty good with their oils too. But if it's not one of those companies, then chances are you're going to find some other things in there that aren't in there. So you do not want to take them internally. You don't want to be taking pesticides or contaminants internally, obviously. Another side note, if you take these oils internally, you want to make sure you put them in a glass bottle, or a glass bottle or a glass cup, because they will break down petrochemicals. So if you put it in a plastic bottle, it will actually break down the bottle. Similar to the reason why you don't want to drink water when you leave it in a hot car, 90-degree day, if it's in a plastic bottle, because it will actually break down. That plastic bottle will break down, and when you drink the water, you'll drink some of those petrochemicals, that plastic in the water bottle. So not a good idea. The other reason I like essential oils, they are three things. They are cheaper, safer, and more effective a lot of times than some of the medicines you can take. And really, when you think about it, essential oils are plants. All medicine is plant-based. Way back when they used these plants, they've used plants forever. There's stocks of oils in the Bible. Jesus got frankincense and myrrh with his gold. There's herbs. These things have been around forever. And pharmaceuticals basically have taken some of these great things that we get from plants, and they've altered them and changed them so they're man-made and they're not the pure form of the plant anymore, but the plants have the benefits to heal you. So they are safer a lot of times than pharmaceuticals, because a lot of those pharmaceuticals, all you have to do is watch TV for a half an hour show, and you'll see the infomercials on all the side effects to the medications you can take. And the oils have no side effects. So they're going to be processed in your body, and once it's processed, that's it. It's over, it's out. They're cheaper. Like I said, it only takes 1 to 2 drops sometimes of these oils. And a good example is lavender, lemon, and peppermint are great to use for allergies. So in a little 10-ounce roller ball, you can take 10 drops of each of those, lavender, 10 of lemon, 10 of peppermint, fill the rest with carrier oil, and you can put it on your head for allergies. You can put it on your throat. You can diffuse, just the oil. You can put it in the diffuser. That little roller ball, I have that for allergies, and I still have it. I haven't gone through it, and I don't use it every day, but you could probably use that for a whole entire month. And you're talking the roller ball itself, maybe $1, and you're talking pennies with the drops. So let's say $2.50, $3 at the most to treat your allergies for that whole month versus what you pay for your over-the-counter allergy medication. So a lot cheaper when you look at it, safer, and a lot of times they're more effective. I've had several people try different things. Specifically, the thing I'm thinking about right now is for the skin. They saw the dermatologist. They had all these things the dermatologist recommended they try, and they didn't work. They tried some of the oils, lavender in this case, and it cleared it right up. So the oils are definitely just a great way to deal with some of these ailments. If you're going to get essential oils, you want to make sure you got some good resources, because the worst thing to do is to buy oils and not know what to do with them. So a lot of people ask me how I know all the things I know about oils, which we'll get into all these other different things you can do with oils over the next several weeks. But it's books, the internet, helping people with the oils. If they have an ailment, I'll see if this is supposed to help with this. Here, like, try it. Let's see if it works. I love finding people who have problems and trying to give them things to help. So that's how I learned, just a lot by helping people, seeing what works. And everybody's going to be different. What works for me for a sleep issue might not work for somebody else. So just make sure you get your resources so you know what to do with the oils. As I mentioned a little bit, doTERRA, the company I'm getting my oils from, they do home impact sourcing. So they actually work, they get their products from these different countries. So they work with the people to harvest the plants to produce the product. So it's a whole little circle there, and it's a great thing doTERRA does as a way to give back to the world and provide some income from some of these really, really poor third world countries, and to provide some great products to us for us to use. So if you want to get your oils, we can talk more about that. If you don't get to see me personally, you can private message me. You can send me an email on that zenzoneonlinewellness@gmail.com. I highly suggest, if you're anywhere local here in the Cincinnati area, to come to a class. I try to have classes all the time. This summer I'm having a class every week, almost on Tuesdays. And I'm going to throw a beginner class in before we talk about that topic that day, face-to-face, because you want to have an experience with the oils. You want to see if it works for you. You want to try it out. But you can get your oils with doTERRA as a wholesale customer. You get 25% off your order. They've got kits you can get, the fees waived, or you can pay $35. It's kind of like joining a Costco or Sam's, and you just choose to buy your oils with doTERRA like you would choose to shop at Sam's. So, like I said, it's hard to do this over the internet, but if you're interested more in that, let me know. Like I said, I have face-to-face classes all the time. Email me if you want to know more about the oils. doTERRA also has a loyalty rewards program. If you order every month, they'll give you money back. It's kind of like getting Kohl's Cash, so it's another way to get some oils free. And again, if you want to know more about the oils, just talk to me about the oils. And go over here, and that's pretty much it. That's just my real quick introduction to essential oils. I know some of you are not in the Cincinnati area, so that gives you a real quick overview. And if you want to know anything else about them, ask me. Tomorrow's Workout Wednesday, so if we're talking foundation still, we're just going to give you just the foundations of working out and what you want to make sure you're doing and that kind of thing. So have a great night. I'm going to diffuse these oils in my room as well. Hopefully they'll help me sleep well tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks. Bye.